Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Happy July the 7th. 7-7. All right, let's start. On this day in 1863, the U.S. begins its first military draft. Exemptions cost $300, quite a bit of money at the time. There were a lot of, particularly in New York City and I think in Boston too, there were a lot of draft riots, people getting upset about the draft and about how the rich who could afford the $300 were exempt from it or could be exempt from it. I don't remember when the U.S. did away with the exemption, the pay for exemption, but you know, the most famous exemption is for bone spurs, right? You can get exempt from military service for bone spurs. Also on this day in 1928, sliced bread is sold for the first time. A store in Missouri. I don't remember the town or the store's name. On this day in 1981, Ronald Reagan appoints Sandra Day O'Connor to the Supreme Court. She's the first female to the Supreme Court. Right now we have 3. Ginsburg, and the 2 Obama. I can't remember their names. Not Alito. He's a guy. I don't know. They'll probably come to me when I don't need it. Quote: "A people that values its that values its privileges above its principles soon loses both." Dwight David Eisenhower. And the what? This came about because my wife is looking into getting a new car. She just got the car 7 months ago. Anyway, 3/4 of the cars produced by Rolls-Royce, of the cars produced that Rolls-Royce has ever produced are still on the road. Quality, you pay for it. Of course, my wife would probably have one for about a year and then move on. But let's see, Luke, I did not see a video yesterday. Why? Why are you holding out on me? Disturbed. And you copped out. Liquid state, really? I mean, come on, Luke. It's just disappointing, Luke. Very disappointing. Yeah, the dogs really don't like the fireworks. Yeah, what's funny is that Moose, the guy we got while we were here in Florida, um, wasn't bothered by fireworks. Wasn't bothered by loud noises. Um, but he's been with Maximus for 8 months now. Yesterday during the thunderstorm, I had Maximus on one end of me cowering, and I had Moose on the other end of me cowering. So old dogs can learn new tricks. They just have to learn it from other dogs. Who knew? Speaking of Moose, I have to take him to the vet today. He needs to get his nails trimmed. I've never met a dog that bites his own nails. He bites his own nails when they get too long. And he won't let us trim them. He growls. So, I'll pay the $20 at the vet. The question I had for you today was, what is your favorite board game? Do you have a favorite board game? I personally like the game Axis and Allies. You may have seen it, board game up in the classroom. Where I used to teach, the last period of the day, the teachers would kind of do like a fun class, whatever it was. And for a lot of time, sometimes I did rugby. During the winter, I would do a workout class, and then sometimes I would do a board game class. And we had Risk, we had that, we had Life, Monopoly, chess, checkers, things like that. And kids would just come in and play. And Axis and Allies is one of my favorite games. It's all about strategy, and of course there's the historic World War II thing. I used to play with my son, but he got tired of losing. Oh well. So let me know what yours is, Luke. I would like a video. I mean, I didn't get one over over the weekend, which I understand. I don't do a video for you, so you don't do a video for me, but I did a video for you, Luke, and you give me nothing. Like I said, very disappointing. Um, we did hear something. I don't know if you heard, but the head of the Department of Education said that all schools have to open in next month. They have to, no matter what. So, the buildings have to open for classes. So, um, the board is meeting Thursday? I think it's Thursday. To decide the plan, and they will announce it on the 14th, which I believe, I don't know what day it is. Anyway. So yeah, we'll see. It will be interesting. As our cases keep going up and up and up, and you know, right now, the death rate's staying low, which is good. But that's one of those things you have to get people in the hospital and sick before they can die. Hopefully, because if you've watched any news about this new wave of people getting hurt are younger people, my age, younger, um, and so the mortality rate isn't as high. Let's hope that trend continues. Um, but it will really be interesting to see what shakes out. I know a lot of schools, a lot of colleges are actually just going all online for the fall semester at least. So we'll see. We talked about this. I don't want to be online, but I also don't want to get sick and be in a hospital. Um, so speaking of the hospital and being sick, do me a favor, and if you pray for my son, my oldest, who's living in Tampa. He went through 3 rounds of chemo, and it did not go well. It did not even touch the tumor, and so he's got to have surgery in 2 weeks. Pretty invasive. They're opening him up, going in, removing one of his kidneys, and hopefully getting all of the tumor and a couple of the little ones. He's got a few tumors in his lungs that they will not be able to get to for that surgery, so I'll have to have some more treatment after that. But, gosh, fingers, pray, thanks. On that bright note, have a good day, guys. Talk to you later.